Man, what's good, y'all boys? Man, we back at it with another video, bro. This might be a little lengthy, so yeah, if you like hearing me talk, man, grab your popcorn, get your snacks or whatever. If you on a little long drive or whatever, and you just need some in your ear, this is probably the perfect video for you. If you just like hearing stuff about guns, and just hearing people's opinion on stuff. But before we get this thing kicked off, bro, let me go ahead and start with the scent of the day. Y'all know how I like to do with these tabletop views, even though this ain't no table, it's obviously a bed. But scent of the day is Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Summer Vibes. Bruh, listen, for the summertime, bro, this is like a great scent. It's soft, but it's prominent, you know what I'm saying? Got a nice smell. It's not too loud or anything like that. I love it. Like at first, when I first bought it, I was like, I don't know how I feel about it for real, but I bought it in the wintertime. But now that the summer has hit, I really, really enjoy this scent. So, if you're looking for something nice, light, and just something that smell good, bro, Dolce & Gabbana, Light Blue Summer Vibes, great scent. Now, with that out the way, man, let's get into it, bro. So, as y'all can see by the title, bro, we talking about Glocks once again. I do have some other things to talk about right after we get done talking about the Glocks. But I really want to talk about how the Glock 43X really could have been the best concealed carry handgun on the market. And I say that on the basis of, number one, the reliability of Glock. We know how tried and true Glock is, and the ergonomics. It's not for everybody, but it's for most people. We see law enforcement carry it. That says enough right there. It's a great handgun. But this is where, obviously where they dropped the ball at with the 43X. Number one, this firearm is clear. Magazines are clear on both firearms today. I know usually I have, some rounds in there, but yeah, I want to clear everything because I'm going to be fumbling with them a lot today. Now, number one, before we get into the things that I want to talk about, once again, firearm is clear. For anybody who is new, if you've been here before, you can kind of skip the breakdown if you want to, but I gotta break it down for the people that might be new, ain't never seen my setup with it or whatever. So first off, we got the Hollow Sun EPS carry up top. This is a really, really nice optic. It is a closed window optic. Let me see if I can get that dot in frame. Yeah, there go the dot right there. All right, but yeah, this is completely closed. This is a very nice optic. You will pay over $300 for it, unfortunately, but it's worth the money for a good carry optic if you're just trying to do a one and done type thing. We got the handle it grips on there, just so you can get a better grip on the firearm. Regular OEM mags, TLR 7X sub that I got at the bottom. This is a very simple setup, but effective. I absolutely love this firearm. This is what I pretty much carry every day. And then, I have other firearms for certain situations. After that, let's go ahead and break this down too, so I ain't got to break them down later. Glock 19 Gen 5, TLR 1 HL Streamlight. Got the handle it grips on here also. I have a Magwell from Strike Industries, and I have a Terran Tactical +5 that I like to run in this thing. All right, all of that out the way. Oh, last thing, Tier 1 holster, and then We the People holster for the Glock 43X. All right, let's get into it. Now, the Glock 43X literally could have been the best concealed carry handgun on the market. I will say this much. God dang it, it just flew out. I will say this much. Even without the other things that I'm about to name, simply, if Glock would have just gave us a OEM 15-round magazine for this Glock 43X, bro, this thing would be, everything would be trying to compete with it, honestly. But I want to say, I just want to, just give my opinion on what they should do if they make another generation of the Glock 43X. Now, I would be more than happy to keep this same 43X and Glock make some OEM magazines for the Glock 43X that holds 15 rounds. That would be absolutely wonderful. But I do feel like, in my honest opinion, I'm not a gunsmith. I don't know how everything works. But I have taken apart magazines and things of that nature and put base plates and stuff on. So I know the basic mechanics of it. But what I'm thinking is they might have not went that route and went single stack on the basis of feeding issues. And I say that on the basis of, like, if you look at the PSA Dagger Micro Mags, when you run them in here, sometimes you do have feeding issues. And maybe it's because you're trying to stack a bunch of rounds in this small magazine. And, you know, it's double stacked and things of that nature. So I don't know. Could be the issue, could not. I have no fucking idea. But once again, this could have been the best one on the market. I still feel like it's, you know, in that top 3 spot for sure. I feel like capacity is the only thing that keeps it out of that with some, you know, with some people. But number one, magazine. If they make another line of the Glock 43X, this is my wish list, man. Number one, 15 round magazine. I don't need 17, I don't need 18. Give me 15 rounds, bro. I will be more than happy, right? Up next, the sights, bruh. Listen, it's 2025. Glock, if y'all do come out with another generation of the Glock 43X, hey, give us some, you know, some night sights or something. You know, like, I hate these things, man. But, you know, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. After that, man, the trigger, bro. Listen, make the trigger a little bit lighter. Give us a 4.5 to 3.5 pound trigger. I ain't gonna say 3.5. That is kind of light. Give us a 4 pound trigger, man. I'd be happy with a 4 pound trigger with a better trigger shoe. Okay, because the trigger shoe on the Glock 43X, I'm not gonna lie, it ain't good. I shoot the gun just fine. Don't get me wrong. This is all nitpicky stuff. This ain't nothing that, you know, is just gonna completely change the firearm, but it will help out a lot. But a better trigger shoe, all right, and give us a 4 pound trigger in this thing, bro. Like, bruh, you talking about a game changer? Just that alone, yeah, we need it. Also, the grips. Listen, I love the handle of grips, and I'm glad people make, you know, stuff for people make a lot of stuff for the Glocks. But man, the texturing on the Glocks that you get off rip is not the best. Once again, all of these things are gonna be nitpicky that I see on other firearms like the Canics and things of that nature. That we should be getting on these Glocks, man. Like, it's no reason we shouldn't be able to, you know, get these small cosmetic things. Now, before I get into the rest of it, do I feel like Glock should change their design with the pistol? Hell no. Keep the same design. That's why Glock is Glock. That's why they keep the same design, because of the reliability of the firearm. They don't need to deviate from this. Like, if they drop another line of these or another line of, you know, like Gen 6s for the 19s and stuff, keep the same frame and all of that stuff. Keep everything the same, because the internals is what makes Glock a Glock. But once again, man, some better grip texture on the firearm. Overall, it will make it way better out of the box. Also, there never needs to be a time Glock releases a firearm that is not optic ready. You got the Glock 43X with no optic cut, Glock 19, which I have with no optic cut. Listen, bro, once again, bro, it's 2025. There's no need for that shit. Like, every gun should come with a cut. I mean, it's just, yeah, bro. Yeah, that's simple as that. Also, they have a tack rail on here, so I'm not gonna complain about that. So, you know, you got your tack rail, so you can, you know, put whatever your light is. Also, man, the undercuts, man, give us a double undercut. That's simple, very simple. I know people, you know, complain about like Glock knuckle or whatever like that. I ain't never had that issue, but man, hey, give us some double undercuts, bro. So once again, night sights, need that. Give us some night sights, optic cut already, 15 round magazine, better grip on the firearm, far as stippling, a better stippling job off rip. Give us a better trigger, right? You know, about a 4 pound trigger with a nice trigger shoe, and some double undercuts, bro. In the 15 round magazine, I think I said that already. If we get that, I don't need, look, I know Canik got the holsters and all that other stuff. I don't need no holster out the box. I'll buy my own holster. I don't need the little toy gun that come you know, like how I do with Canon. I don't need the fancy box. You can keep everything the same. But if they were to release another Glock 43X line and it had those features. Oh, and the last thing, the slide release, man. Y'all can see how thin this slide release. I almost forgot about this. You see how thin that is. Sometimes it's like when you first get this out the box, it's actually kind of hard to hit. But, you know, as you break it in, it's a little bit easier. But, bro, it's so flat, bro. You know what I'm saying? A better slide release. So, all of those things that I mentioned, bro. If Glock comes out with another generation of these Glock 43Xs, bro, that will, and I have no doubt about it, it will be the best carry gun, far as, you know, being able to conceal it with dang it, everything you wear. Overall, you know, just standard capacity, which I feel like is 15. If they do that, it'll be the best carry gun. No bullshit. I feel like it will be one of the best carry guns out there because number one, of the profile, everything is thin. You can still get a full grip on the firearm. I know a lot of people, they be like, oh, the Glock 43X is too small, you know, for their hands or whatever. I want y'all to keep in mind, you can still get the same amount of fingers on here as you can on the 19. The 19 and the Glock 43X handle length is exactly the same. Take away this mag well, all right? Don't look at the mag well. Let me show y'all this. So don't look at the mag well and just look at the length. They are the same length, okay? So if you can get your hands all the way around a Glock 19, you can do the same with the 43X. The handle is the same length. It's just a difference in thickness. So yeah, bro, I honestly feel like this would be the best, the ultimate carry pistol. Now, with that being said, yes, you can do all of these upgrades on your own. You can go and put a new trigger in this. You can get the MOS version like I got, you know what I'm saying? You know, but they have the non-MOS. But let's just say, nah, we're not even gonna say that. But yeah, you can go get a new trigger. Yeah, you can go get the Shield Orange magazine and have 15. But it is known that people do have reliability issues with those sometimes. And then sometimes people Shield Orange setup works perfect, but you do have to change out the magazine release to a metal one in order to run the 15 round Shield Orange. So you can do that, but that is a aftermarket upgrade. The trigger, aftermarket upgrade. Upgrading the sights, aftermarket upgrade. Put in any type of stippling job or handle it grips, aftermarket upgrade. Double undercut, undercut. That's an aftermarket upgrade. My point is, man, even though you can make those modifications to the firearm now, bro, we need that stuff out the box because you got freaking Canic, man. They charging under $700 for that prime, and you even getting a freaking magwell with that gun. Nice trigger. You getting 15 rounds off the rip. You feel me? No, 17. My bad. It's a 17 flush, not 15. But I think the handle is a little bit longer than the 43X, but it's whatever. You getting 17 rounds in the same thinness of this. So, you know, you got competition there. Now, but once again, bro, I just feel like when it just comes to reliability, Glock just does it the best. That's why they call it Glock perfection. But, man, listen, we can really say Glock perfection if they add those small cosmetic things and just the trigger, bro. The trigger. I mean, hell, even if they didn't change out the weight of the trigger, bro, give us a better trigger shoot, man. Because this is just, like I said, I'm being nitpicky, but, bro, come on, bro. Like, once again, bro, it's 2025. Like, we got to keep up with the times, you feel me? But, yeah, that's my take on the Glock 43X. What I feel like they should add if they made another line. And, once again, bro, I don't want to have to buy my Glock and spend that much money on aftermarket parts. And I know somebody be like, whoa, go get this gun, go get that gun there. That ain't what the fuck I want to do. I'm sorry. I like Glock. So this is my, you know, my shout out to Glock. They ain't, listen, I already know Glock ain't gonna watch this. And if they do, they don't give a fuck. They still gonna make sales. I'm just yapping about what I feel like would be, you know, a really good addition to the 43X, man, to make this the perfect carry gun for real, because I shoot this the best coming out the holster. I quick draw this the best. And yeah, bro, I don't want to touch none of the stuff and make it not OEM. And, you know, I like running it the way it is. But god damn it, just a 15-round magazine, I'll be happy. But, you know, unfortunately, the aftermarket stuff don't always work properly. So, you know, I got to keep it OEM. But yeah, that's my take on the Glock 43X and what I feel like they need to do if they come out with another line. Now into the 19, y'all. Let me take a sip real quick. Into the 19. Everything that I said about that, the exact same thing here. Besides capacity, I'm cool with the 15 round magazine because I got 17 round magazines. I got the 15 with the +5 and all of that good stuff. I don't need that. But same thing with the 19. I actually have upgraded sights on here. But yeah, this is not the MOS version. So yeah, bro, every Glock needs to be MOS. Trigger. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it a whole buck. Now with the 19, the slide release is fine. I have no issues with that. Yeah, I'm good with that. Mag release is fine. It's nice and prominent. It's not in the way. It don't need to be extended no more. If anything with the 19, stippling, coming with a milled out slide already, you know, optic ready slide, double undercut and sights, you know, coming with night sights, and the trigger. Now listen, I don't know what the hell I did to my trigger by accident. I don't know, maybe it's just broken. But my trigger on my 19, like I said, I done had this gun 5 years. My trigger on my 19 feels like amazing now. And it's been like that for like the past year. I don't know what the hell happened over time, but bruh, it's like, yeah, you still got some creep, but bruh, it breaks super clean now. Like even on the reset, that's the reset right there. I don't know, it feels good. It feels super good. I don't know. Maybe the firearm has just broken in because I easily got way over 2,000 rounds through this pistol. And it ain't let me down since. So yeah. But yeah, man, same thing with the 43X goes with the 19, bro. And like, bro, I always will forever feel like, you know, Glock is king when it comes to these striker fire weapons, just off of the amount of years that they put in. And so the reliability is there. I'm just speaking on a reliability standpoint. That's why I say, you know, Glock is king. I mean, they do what they do. You feel me? It's a big block. It's not the prettiest gun in the world, but it's something about it not being that pretty and just, I don't know, bro. It does it for me, man. The Glock line does it for me. And yeah, you got other handguns out there that compete with this, that look better, that come with better features and all of that stuff. That's why I say, bro, if Glock adds all of those features on their Generation 6 models, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Ain't nobody really fucking with Glock when it comes to striker fire, if they do that. But who knows? Who knows? You know how they are. They like to keep stuff pretty much the same. They add some damn serrations on the later generation model or something like that. But yeah, bro, that's my take on the Glocks. What I feel like, you know, needs to be added on the next models if they do come out with the next models. Now, into some treacherous waters, man. I got some very unfortunate news, bro. Some very, very, very fucking unfortunate news. I gotta take a sip before I even talk about this shit. Now, as you can see, I got the daggers out. And if you can guess, I had my first problem with a dagger. Besides, you know, obvious, you know, magazine feeding issues with the OEM mags, which I recommend. Do not run the OEM dagger mags. Run Glock mags if you're gonna run it. Now, a long time ago, I talked about this in a video. If you've seen it, you've seen it. If you haven't, this is gonna be new to you. I said, you got mixed reviews with PSA daggers. Some people's run great, some don't. All right. And listen, I'm not one of these guys that's gonna come on here and if I ride for something, if I'm riding for a gun, it's because that gun is working, right? If something happens, I'm gonna let you know. I'm not one of these YouTube guys that's just about to fake the funk with you just because I like something, and I'm not gonna tell you if something fuck up. Oh, I'm gonna let you know when it fuck up. All right, and I'm gonna keep it a whole buck. You know, we keep it real over rich over here. And Dagger don't pay me, Glock don't pay, none of these people pay me nothing. So we gonna keep everything a buck 1,000. This particular Dagger slide, I've had this the longest. Never had an issue out of it. It's still running great. This is a new frame with it. I only had this frame about 2 months now. All right. Still no issues here. Now, one thing I talked about before is the striker, the firing pin, right? People have firing pin issues. People firing pin breaking after I've heard some in the first 600, some in the first 1,000, 1,300. Usually I'm getting a median of 1,300 rounds, you know, that firing pin breaking. Then I hear some people say they put 3,000 rounds through theirs and their firing pin is fine, right? Well, this slide easily has over 1,000 rounds in it. No issues at all, okay? This slide definitely got about 1,500. Definitely got about 1,500 because this is what I shoot. I shoot this one the most, all right? I've had this slide on my 19. I've had it on this frame. I've had it on my OD green Dagger frame. And I've had it on this frame as well. So I've shot a lot of rounds through this. And I was dry firing last week. And unfortunately, the firing pin, it's gone. It's gone, man. I caught the gun back and I was doing, you know, a little dry fire session. And I pulled the trigger and I was like, damn, why was that break so clean? I went to re-rack the firearm and the trigger did not reset. I said, oh my God, the firing pin is gone. So, yep, the firing pin actually broke on the Dagger. This is my first experience with a firing pin breaking on a firearm, period. Now, lucky for me, I don't carry these motherfuckers as EDC anyway. Like I said, this one has always been like a backup firearm in a bag. And it still would be a backup firearm in a bag. Because I don't, listen, I'm not carrying, if I'm carrying my Glock 43X and I'm like, okay, I want to have another pistol just for, you know, just to have it, I'm not bringing my 19 out the house. I'm not putting both of my best 2 pistols in jeopardy. Like, I'm not having them in the same car, period. I'm not doing that. This is my bedside anyway. But, I got a video talking about, you know, my last video I uploaded, I named all the different purposes with my firearms. Now, so let me get back to this. All right, so this was my range toy anyway. The way this thing is set up, I'm not putting this back on here. I'm gonna get in there in a second, but I'm not putting this back on here. But you can see how this thing was set up. Nice, clean little look, bro. And this was, you know, my little plinker toy or whatever, bro. And it shoots so flat with that Harrington Arms comp, like it was perfect. I don't think the Harrington Arms comp had anything to do with the firing pin, like it shouldn't. But yeah, the firing pin is officially broken. As you can see right here, like this plunger, this ain't even operating how it's supposed to operate. Like, look at that. It's gone. So what I've said in the past, I said, bro, if you got a PSA Dagger and you want to run that Dagger and you want to run it reliably, I've been said this before. And this is why I don't run my Dagger, because I didn't have these parts in there. Get you an OEM Glock firing pin, all right, and put it in there. That is the only issue people have out of the Daggers, besides the Magpul magazines it come with. Easy fix for that, use your Glock mags. The other thing, putting that firing pin in, like if you gonna run it EDC, bro, because a lot of people like to run the Dagger slides EDC because, you know, they come optic cut and everything. They look cool. Put some Glock Gen 3 OEM internals in it, and you have a smooth running, reliable firearm. Simple as that. And so I knew one day. I said one day that damn firing pin gonna go out. As much as I shoot these Daggers, I knew it was gonna happen. Outside of the firing pin, bro, gun's clean, man. Run great. But I am hurt. But I did have to let y'all know that, because like I said, I'm not about to put on for something when it fails. All right, you feel me? Do I still like Daggers? Hell yeah. Would I EDC a stock Dagger at this point? Fuck no. A firing pin breaking is a no for me. If your dagger is running great, hey, keep running your goddamn dagger. You know what I'm saying? As long as you know your shit run, that's all that matter. But I will say, if you do run a dagger, bro, really think about upgrading that firing pin to, you know, a Glock firing pin, just so you don't have to run into that type of issue. But yeah, I didn't went to war about these damn daggers in the damn comment section before, because I ain't never had no issue out of it. So, you know, hey, I'm a ride for something I ain't got no issue with. You feel me? That's just like my Glocks. I ain't never had no issue out of my Glocks. But I tell you, the day I do, I'm gonna let y'all know. You feel me? Well, I don't think I ever had no issues out of my Glocks for real. But yeah, man, this no knock the PSA or nothing like that, bro. Because hey, shit happens. I put a lot of rounds through it. This firearm overall was not even a $450 firearm. So, you know, I know what I'm buying. You feel me? Like, hey, I'm purchasing a firearm for under $500. You got to expect things like that to potentially happen. You feel me? The parts are not as quality as a Glock. Never said it would. Never said it was, and they never will be. If like they got the Saber line, I haven't heard anything bad about the Saber line, but obviously the Saber line of the daggers has better quality parts because it costs more. So, and you know what? I'm not even gonna say that, because that could not be true. You know, they could have just added cosmetic things and it got the same firing pin in there, and so the same shit could happen. I don't know. But yeah, bro, like you do have to realize what you're paying for. I buy daggers because they are fun. They're fun builds. It's something I can spend under $600, and I can just put together whatever I want to, because there's so many customization options, and that's why I like daggers. And like I said before, I mainly use them at the range only, and in a rare case, I will have this in my book bag as a backup firearm. Keyword backup. That means I'm probably not gonna ever have to use it, but you know, just in whatever scenario, I lost my 43X that day, which probably will never happen. Hey, I got another gun. You feel me? So yeah, backup gun. But yeah, bro. Once again, if you're gonna run your daggers, make sure you change out that firing pin. Make sure you run Glock OEM mags, and you should be good to go. You probably should have zero problems at that point. But yeah, man, unfortunate news. If y'all got some daggers and you ran into firing pin issues, hey, drop them in the comments. Let's talk about it. If you're still running great, bro, hey, drop that in the comments too. But I think I've seen more. Usually it's more like when I see people talking shit about daggers, it's people that's, you know, just used to better quality stuff anyway. My bad, I had to get something to drink. My mouth was dry. But they used to better quality stuff anyway. So it's like, if you got a Glock, it's no point of coming down to a dagger unless you're gonna change out those components anyway. But yeah, bro, I still like them. That's not gonna change ever. I still like the PSA daggers. But yeah, man, just unfortunate news. But yeah, bro, that's pretty much it for the video, bro. I ain't got too much else to talk about. I'm trying to think before I get y'all up out of here. Yeah, I think that's it for the day, bro. Other than that, man, hey, drop in the comments what y'all carry, and all of that good stuff. What's your EDC setup? How y'all feel about what I said about the Glocks, the 43X and the 19? You know, as far as if they made a new generation of either one of these, but more so about the 43X, man. That's my main thing I wanted to talk about today. But yeah, once again, I feel like this could be the best, should have been the best concealed carry pistol outside of, you know, your 19. It's a little bit fuller size, but as far as like micro compact, this should have been the best overall carry pistol. And I still feel like it's in the top 3. But hey, you change a couple things. If Glock change a couple things and I don't have to do it myself, hey, this going toe to toe with everything, and I go to war behind that one right there for sure. But yeah, man, that's all for today's video, man. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Once again, man, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and hey, get active in them comment sections, man. That helps my video out so much. even if it's negative feedback, if you want to be negative, by all means, go ahead and do it, because even the negative feedback is going to help push my content through the algorithm. So whatever you got to say, put it in the comments. And yeah, man, I appreciate y'all watching once again, bro. And like I always say, man, y'all stay strapped, stay blessed. I'm gonna see you in the next video. God damn, I done messed up my goddamn outro. I'm over here stuttering. Stay strapped, stay blessed. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video, man. Peace.